Hello, welcome. So today we're going to be taking a look at r/best of Redditor updates, and we have a certainly interesting first story by looking at the title. So yeah, if that's something you'd be interested in listening to with me today, then please do stick around and enjoy. And don't forget to like and subscribe, please. Thank you. Okay, so we have a quick disclaimer. Any opinions I give on the posts that we read today are just opinions. They are not facts, do not need to be taken as such. If you have a differing opinion, do feel free to share it in the comments below. We'd love to hear it. Just make sure you're keeping it respectful with everybody else. There is no need to be mean to anybody you do not agree with in the comments. With that being said, let's get into it, shall we? So this first one was posted by Choice Evidence 1983, and the title says, "A package from an adult toy company arrived at my house, addressed to another woman. Am I overreacting?" Well, I don't know what you did yet, so I can't tell you if you're overreacting, but I think I know how I'd be reacting, with just utter confusion, and I'd probably be laughing, I'm not gonna lie. I am that childish. So, of course, Choice Evidence 1983 is not the original poster. The original poster is u/fairmood1558. Choice Evidence is the person who compiled it all together for us like a lovely wee bean. The trigger warnings for this one are accusations of infidelity. Originally posted March 21st, 2026. I don't think I've ever said originally so much until I started reading these stories, do you know? Just a little factoid for you there. So, I need an outside perspective because I genuinely can't tell anymore if my instincts are off or if I'm being gaslit into thinking they are. A package arrived at our house recently. Right address, wrong name. A woman I've never heard of. I looked up the return address out of curiosity. It's Adam and Eve, an adult toy company. I brought it to my husband calmly, no accusations, no yelling, just showed him and asked if he knew anything about it. His response was immediate and defensive. Instead of being confused or trying to figure it out with me, he turned on me, started questioning me about why something like that would show up here. I was so caught off guard, I almost started apologising. Yeah, that's a wild way to react from the husband. If I was living with a partner and something showed up from, an adult toy company and it was in our address but neither of our names, I honestly would think it was really hilarious mix-up. That is all I'd be thinking. Because sometimes now, if you start typing in like the beginning of your address, it starts bringing up, doesn't it, on a lot of websites automatically like addresses that it thinks you're typing until you've pretty much typed your full address anyway. Or, you could be smart and do the postcode first, but I always forget to do that. So it could easily be that, started typing in the address, the person not quite paying attention has clicked the one that they thought was theirs, and then it's ended up not being theirs. I've had posts before arrive. In fact, last Halloween, I had a mask and a fake dagger arrive to my house. It was like a scream mask with my address, but somebody else's name on it. So I was like, oh great, now I can't get this person's flipping Halloween costume to them because I have no idea who this is. And this is quite clearly my address, so I can't even find out where they live. But no, the reaction from the husband is odd, very odd. I would personally, my thought would be that it was a mix-up. And then after seeing his reaction, I'd be like, does he not trust me? Like, is that where this is going? Why would I show him this if I was hiding something? But, Here's where it gets harder to dismiss as a coincidence. I looked up the name on the package. She works in the same professional world as my husband, in the same area he frequents, same field, specific enough that when I saw it, my stomach dropped. He has a history of being dishonest when confronted about things that are hurtful. This isn't the first time I felt like I was made to feel crazy for asking a reasonable question. So I'm asking strangers on the internet, is this nothing? Is there some totally logical explanation I'm missing? Because from where I'm standing, it feels like lots of dots connecting in one direction. Am I overreacting? I can see why the OP would be feeling worried. Probably, first off, not helped by the husband's reaction, but then looking into it for it to be someone who works in their field very specifically. I get where the worry would be coming from there. There still, to me, is a very good chance that this is just very coincidental, that they work in the same professional field, and they happen to have an address that's very similar, so they've clicked on it. It is something that is possible. And maybe the husband, knowing that he's been dishonest before about stuff that is hurtful to the OP, kind of had a little bit of a forethought of where this might go, thinking, oh great, she's going to think it's me and that I'm, playing about, putting me sausage about somewhere else. And now she's going to be mad. But realistically, if you think about it, why on earth would she send it to your house? Why would you send it to your affair partner's house? And well, then again, unless you were trying to get them in trouble with their missus, I suppose. I don't know. I just think it's very out there, and it could very much be coincidental still. So, editor's note, OOP made lots of responses. I am listing significant details for more context. Relevant comments. Commenter 1, you're not overreacting. You're cheating moron of a husband ordered adult items for him and his girlfriend and auto-filled his own address. Oh, I didn't think of that. That could be a possibility too. Oh, now I'm really undecided on what has happened here. Mail them to her and say, these were delivered to mine and my husband's home, and see what happens after that. OOP says, I like your thought. Maybe I take it to her work and give it to her. No, don't do that, because if nothing's going on, that's going to be really embarrassing for her at work. I would avoid doing that until you know for sure that he's been playing away. That's a dangerous game to play. I am considering sending her an email. Due to her field, the info is public. I'm pissed at him for his choices. I don't know what she knows or what he told her. I don't want to ruin her life, but I want to know how long it's been going on. It's going to look real well if there was no affair after all, isn't it? Oh my goodness. Commenter 2, I don't think you're overreacting. The stuff you mention is way more than coincidental. Is he messaging anyone that you know of? Does he spend lots of time on his phone? OOP says, nothing I can find. I believe he may have a burner phone because I get ads on my SM? What's that for? What does that stand for? SM? Oh, social media. Duh. Maybe my brain hasn't recovered from the medication change after all. All the time from a carrier that is not ours. I've searched a bit, but he's typically home when I am. Commenter 3, why are you letting him gaslight you? The woman works with him. How is that just a coincidence? Your choice on what to do, be treated like this or move on. Yeah, but actually, the OP didn't say they actually work together, just they work in the same field. So this woman could work in a completely different area than them, This is why I'm saying it still is just as likely that it could just be a mad coincidence. That wouldn't be the first time I've seen something like that happen. Well, when reading through Reddit, by the way, not in real life. I don't talk to people enough to know stuff. OOP then says, they don't really work together, they are in a similar field and he frequents the area she works. Oh, okay. Commenter 4, not overreacting if he immediately gets defensive and has a history of being dishonest. Does she work or live in a town he travels to? OOP says, it's about 30 to 40 minutes from where we live. Okay, so yeah, I totally get where they're coming from with the worrying about him being cheating. Do you know, if he hadn't have overreacted and flipped out like that, I am pretty certain there would be no question in my mind that this was coincident, to be honest. But yeah, his reaction is pretty shady. Either way, it's shady. Whether it's that he doesn't trust the OP or whether he's been playing away somewhere. Well, I guess we'll find out, won't we? So if I shut up and actually read it. Commenter 5, not overreacting, but you need to decide what you want the end result to be before you actually take action. That's what I'm saying. Don't just react emotionally in the moment. Do you want a divorce? Do you need proof of infidelity then? So maybe you want to gather data in that case before confronting the other woman. Yes, don't go sending flipping adult toys to her work when you actually don't have any proof of anything right now other than connecting dots. You don't have solid proof. That could really ruin someone's reputation in the workplace, and this woman could be innocent and nothing to do with anything. Do you want to address any infidelity and see if you can forgive him? That would need a different response. Or are you just mad at him gaslighting you and want to vent? That's fine too. Just think before you react. OOP then says, these are all great questions. Cheating is a deal breaker. If he chooses to cheat, he can do it all he wants, but I'm not gonna stick around. Commenter 6 says, it could be a setup, someone trying to drive a wedge or cause problems in your lives. Pretty simple way to do it, yeah, to be fair. Very, very effective, clearly. Not overreacting, but keep an open mind for a minute. OOP then says, I don't know who would do that, honestly. My husband's ex? He cheated on her. Oh, okay. So I can definitely see now where the insecurity is coming from on this, why that would be the immediate thought if he has been known to cheat on people. They've been divorced for many years and she lives across the country. She doesn't know anyone that we know. Commenter 7, how long have you lived at your address? Is it possible someone forgot to update their address on that website? I did that once before. I just find it kind of weird that he would order it under her name to your address. If he put it under his name, he could have pretended it was for you. If he is cheating, he is dishonest and stupid as a rock. Yeah, literally. OOP then says, we've been here for several years. If it has been going on a while, people make stupid mistakes. Commenter 8, not overreacting. I guess he wouldn't mind at all if you threw it away then. It's a shame since adult toys can be pretty expensive, but surely it's not for anyone in the house, so into the trash it goes. OOP says, I can no longer find the package. I got home from work and it's gone. I can't ask for it now, can I? And then Commenter 9 says, do you have joint accounts? I would check where the charge ended up hitting. He's cheating and a moron. So I assume there's more of a paper trail somewhere. OOP then says, that's a great idea, but he has multiple accounts and I don't have access to them all. I've also asked to sit down to go over finances and he says okay, but it never happens. Commenter 10, you need to look up Darvo. Deny, attack, reverse victim, and defender. OOP, when I looked up the sender address, I was met with, why would I send that here if I was going to do that? Total Darvo. He tried so hard to show it wasn't him by reaching out to customer support. I wouldn't necessarily say that this is like Darvo, to be honest. I really don't think we have enough proof yet that there is a whole cheating conspiracy going on here, other than his ridiculous reaction, but that might be because there is a lot of distrust in their relationship already, and that's why he reacted like that, perhaps. I don't know. The chatbot proved nothing. I pretended to believe him, and I'm pretending nothing is wrong for now. I want to get more evidence that he can't gaslight his way out of. So we have an update 4 days later. Update, as it turns out, I put 2 and 2 together and I was wrong. Oh no! And that's going to be super awkward as she's been really funny with her husband, because as much as I know that the OP said they're acting normal with him, it's quite hard to actually act normal. You might think you're acting normal and could actually be being really off with him. Oh dear. I had a burner email and reached out to her. I had receipts, metaphorically. She emailed me back. She's been staying at her mother's house down the street and fat-fingered the address. It was 1 number off. See? Oh my goodness. And this nearly caused a whole flipping divorce. The package was for her and her husband that are reconciling. I had essentially asked an innocent woman if she was sleeping with my husband via a carefully crafted email from a secret account while she was out here just trying to spice things up with her spouse. No! She apologised, I told her it wasn't necessary, and I apologised. I invited her for coffee because I clearly have no survival instincts. My husband was defensive because that's just who he is, which is its own fun problem. So, am I overreacting? Technically, yes, but also our marriage needs work, so maybe a stranger's typo was the universe's way of handing me a wake-up call wrapped in a very awkward package. Literally. Oh, goodness me. Yeah, there definitely needs to be a bit of working on this relationship, to be honest, because it sounds like the husband's very reactive and very defensive, probably because they don't trust each other, and this isn't the first time they've had a problem where they haven't trusted each other on something. So, and like she said, the husband has been known to lie about stupid things before and been caught out on them. And obviously then that has caused the OP not to trust him to be super defensive. That's not a good relationship realistically, is it? So definitely sounds like a good idea to have a little bit of working on that, to be fair. So, down in the comments of the Best of Redditor Updates post, Stop Thinking It's Me says, the last bit is bang on. There's no way that's a healthy marriage if everyone's so tense and waiting to catch the other one's slip. And then What's New Pussycat says, 100%. If this scenario happened at our house, neither my husband or I would jump to assume cheating. And that's what I was saying in the beginning. Like, I would automatically assume, like, oh, there's just been a mix-up somewhere. I have certainly accidentally sent things to an address that wasn't mine before, and like I say, I've had things arrive to my address, with my address but someone else's name. You know, it's quite easily done, unfortunately, especially when you're shopping for extracurricular fun time activity things. Okay then, so I think we're going to round off today by reading an Am I the Bort Hole, because the only other Best of Redditor Updates post that I saved is a flipping long one, because of course it is, and I'll be here all night otherwise, and it is already 12:15, so yeah, we're not going to be doing that, we're going to read this one instead. So this one was posted by Goin' Pig Wild. Am I the Bort Hole for yelling at an obese woman in a movie theatre? Strong title. Wow. Hi everyone. Tonight I went to the movies to see The Backrooms with my partner. We arrived just as the movie started, settled in and began watching. About 30 to 45 minutes into the movie, a couple came and sat right next to us. Usually I wouldn't care if someone comes in late to a movie, as I know I have before. However, this couple came in making a ridiculous amount of noise. I'm talking multiple wrappers of food getting tossed around and crinkled every few seconds, non-stop chatter between the two of them for, I'm not even kidding, 15 minutes. The woman kept burping loudly in between them, talking to each other. Oh no. See, like, yeah, I get it. Everyone burps, everyone farts, everyone pisses, everyone shits. However, when you're out in public, for goodness sake, at least like do one of those where you kind of like, you know, put your hand over your mouth and try and make it real quiet, you know, if it's got to come out, because sometimes it is like that, it's got to come out, but my goodness, just like doing it super loud. It's like asserting your dominance. They were half whispering, but in a silent theatre, it was incredibly noticeable and enraging. The woman also kept obnoxiously pointing at the screen and going, ooh, look at that, to her boyfriend, of like completely non-eventful shots from the film, and then would loudly kiss him. Stop! Why do you have to do all the body noises so loud? Like, I couldn't sit behind someone loudly kissing. Ugh, I hate the noise, you know, in films when they're like kissing and like they're proper going at it and it's so loud and it's like, they sound like dogs lapping up water. It's disgusting. After putting up with this for roughly 20 minutes, I finally snapped. I'm not quite sure, by the way, how them being obese actually factors into any of this, because the OP's not said anything that actually has anything to do with them being obese at all. Like, what does their weight have to do with any of this? I'm struggling to understand that bit. It's making me wonder if they were actually as bad as this OP is saying, and they were just mad at them because they're bigger. You know? I'm getting some iffy vibes from that. I'm not gonna lie. I turned to them and loudly said, "Are you two going to keep talking, or can you shut the fuck up? It's extremely distracting." They just stared at me and then didn't talk for the rest of the movie. So, I guess mission accomplished? I know I probably shouldn't have cursed, but at a certain point, it's just ridiculous how some people don't give a single fuck about the people around them. Same kind of people who cut you off in traffic while drooling on their phones. Anyways, that's it. Let me know if I was the butthole. If they were being as loud as you say, if, they were being so obnoxious and making, burping really loudly to assert dominance and loudly kissing and talking and stuff, I would get turning around and being like, dude, can you not? Like, can you be quiet? We all are here to try and watch this and all I can hear is you. But yeah, I really don't get what the animosity about their weight is for, because they didn't mention anything weight related. I feel like that was put in there to make the OP seem superior. I don't know. It's giving me a weird undertone. So, the OP adds an edit and says, "I realise now how offensive it was to mention the couple's weight in the title, as it was not relevant to my complaint with them. Thank you to those in the comments who made me realise that. I was clouded by my anger and personal bias. I will work on my mindset moving forward." Well, I am glad to hear it, and that you definitely recognised that there was a personal bias, because that is that's the vibe I was getting. There's like a bit of a personal bias in there, and were they as bad as the OP says they were, or was it just that they already had their back up because they're overweight? So, down in the comments, Full Reception 552 says, "Not the butthole. Movie theatre etiquette has been declining for a long time." Yeah, I'd never go to like the cinema. And there's a good reason, because I couldn't be doing with people being loud and stuff. I've paid money to be there, and if you're going to be there, like, being loud and annoying, I'm going to be so annoyed. I don't know why you felt it relevant to mention their body type, though, given that your issue with them was noise. OP then says, "Looking back on it now, I shouldn't have needed to mention their weight. Thank you for the insight. I will be a better person." Well, at least the OP realises that they've messed up on that one, and they're going to work on that internal bias, or whatever you would call it. I don't know. That's good. That's good that they've taken accountability for that and recognised that that was very much unneeded. But yeah, no, if it was just that, if it was just the noises and all that stuff, I would totally be like, "No, OP, you definitely tell them." Like, maybe not shut the fuck up, but you could probably do it in a bit of a more toned down way so as not to instigate anything else. But I would get it, because that is annoying as anything if you're somewhere that requires quietness and there's someone being super loud. Anyway, I think that's where we're going to leave it for today. If you made it all the way to the end with me, then I appreciate you very, very much. If you give a little like, subscribe, notifications on, that will be your initiation into the Covenant Void. Welcome. Whatever it is you're doing for the day, I hope you have a really good rest of the day. Don't forget to leave an offering of a comment for Big Al. Bye!